The West Indies cricket team does not win cricket matches as often as we would want them to do. The comments in the chat, in the comment section in the video, the number of phone calls and email that I have received since West Indies beat South Africa yesterday is overwhelming evidence that we are happy whenever the team wins. We are joyful. However, I also know the pessimism and the agenda. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Please slash a like on the video and click the subscribe button. It is free to subscribe and you click on the once. Before I get into the show, I just want to tell you that at the top of the video description, there's a link that leads you to Cricket West Indies website. Click on that link if you want to be a cricket coach. At the top of the page, you will see a card where you can sign up to be a cricket coach. I hope we'll take up that opportunity. Now, I have been accused of over-celebrating. I've been accused of not telling my audience that the win was not a convincing one. I was also accused of not pointing out that our bowling was not good enough. For all of these, what I did was to push them in the rubbish bin because I celebrate a win. Whether in my daily life or on the field of play, I celebrate every win. 48 runs winning in an overseas ODI match is a huge margin, is a convincing margin. I would have taken a 1-run win, certainly. If you think it was not convincing enough, ask the South Africans who are hurting at this time. We are celebrating, they are not. Or we bowled better than them, that's why we won. We batted better than them, that's why we won. We fielded better than them, that's why we won. And you can only compete against those who are in front of you. I've been it. The other thing that I notice is the agenda against certain players. West Indies won the match yesterday, and even before the match was finished, they were called that certain players should not be included in the third ODI. We should be celebrating this win. I cannot understand the agenda. I keep on saying it. Once the 11 is named, once the touring squad is named, and it is trimmed to the 11 that is playing on the cricket field, if you are a supporter of West Indies cricket and want West Indies to win, you have to back and support the 11 that is playing. There can't be any agenda against any player. There can't be any hatred against any player. Really, I probably should not have used the word hatred because I really don't think any of us hate any one of them. But there can't be any agenda against these players. It appears to me sometimes that there are persons who want a player to fail just to say, I told you so. We cannot go down that road. We should not go down that road. Yes, they are not above criticism, and we should critique their performances. Before and after match, we should. But once those 11 players take the field, we have to support them. Whether or not our favorite player is in that 11, we must support them. I was challenged that it appears that I switch with my recommendation of older, to put it mildly. No, I go where the performance leads me. And that's why I said older has been our leading wicket taker in the previous 5 ODI matches before this one. You have to play him. Despite he not getting a wicket in this match, he was our most economical bowler. I have not checked it, but it is very likely that he was the most economical bowler in the match. It is not that I switched about older. He has been performing well in ODI, but certainly not in Test cricket. I do not know Older whether to like or hate him. I have no opinion on Older personally. What I do is to reflect on the performances of a player. Older deserves his game in the ODI team. Now, in my opinion, I think that we should keep same 11 for the next match. The pitch at I think the place named Sewes, the Senwest, where the match will be played, it is at Senwest. And I think that we should keep the same 11 for this match. I've been looking at the statistics at the ground, and I see that 41 ODI matches have been played there. The team batting first have won 18, and the team batting second have won 20. Now, surprisingly, the average first inning score there is 230, but the average second inning score there is 182. So while the team batting second have won more matches than the team batting first, the average second inning score is lower than the average first inning score. This, I think, came about because a number of World Cup matches were played there. And South Africa also hosted Zimbabwe in an ODI series where majority of the matches were played there. So I think Australia beat Namibia there in a World Cup match. And so a number of World Cup matches were played there. So that statistic showing that the team batting second tends to win more than the team batting first could be misleading, or in my opinion, it is misleading because this is largely due to big teams batting second and beating smaller teams. For example, that highest run chase of scoring 273 in the second innings to win a match, that highest run chase was done by South Africa against Zimbabwe. That highest 418 first inning score was made by South Africa again against Zimbabwe. I believe if you win the toss, you bat. I think that this is going to be a low scoring game. So I would keep all the same players. This is a very long batting lineup, a very long batting lineup. So I will keep this player. I will not include Gabriel in this team. I want to keep this same team. I already have 4 seamers. Mayers, I expect to bowl good again in this third ODI. I expect Mayers to bowl good. So with Mayers, Simic, Oldham, Joseph, I think we are well complemented in the seam bowling department. And Hussein has been bowling well, and Carrier is known for his batting. And you cannot drop a man after one bad over. We need a leg spinner in that team. So I will stick to the same team for the second match. The second match starts at 3 a.m. Jamaica time. There's no rain forecast for this match, so we expect it to start on time. 4 a.m. in the Eastern Caribbean, and I'm going with the same team. However, whatever 11 that is named, that is the 11 that I am going to support. It's only the 11 on the field of play that can win the match for us. Please remember to click on that subscribe button. It is free to click, and you click only once. Now, shifting my attention to the regional 4-day cricket tournament that ended the third round. The Windward Island Volcanoes, they made 217 and 298, and they beat the Jamaica Scorpion by 181 runs. The Jamaican Scorpion batting has been very, very terrible so far. They are at the bottom of the table, and something must be done about this Jamaican Scorpion batting. I'm a supporter of Jamaican cricket. I'm a supporter of West Indies cricket, as most of us support our country and then support the West Indies. Now, I think this is a very embarrassing defeat for the Jamaican Scorpion, and maybe questions are going to be start asking about the coach. In another match in the round, the Guyana RP Eagle, 324 and 247 for 6, defeated the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force 160 and 268 by 143 runs. In this match, we saw the return of Kema Paul to the Guyana RP Eagle team, and he did bowl very, very well. And the other match of the round, which was probably the most exciting match, seeing the Leeward Highlands Hurricane coming from behind to beat the Barbados Pride by 2 wickets. Barbados Pride having batted first and made 322 all out, then bowled out the Leeward Islands Hurricane for 154. But a magnificent spell by Rakeem Cornwall, yes, a 5 for 19, and Devon Thomas, a 5 for 22, rocked Barbados Pride for 78 in their second innings, leaving the Windward Islands needing 243 to win. And after a century from Karen Powell, who set up the run chase, there was a little wobble, but Leeward Islands eventually got past the target and made 247 for 8, winning by 2 wickets. In this round of match, there were 3 centurions. Shane Dowich made 124 not out, Karen Powell made 104, and Kemal Safe made 101. So there were 3 centurions. Now, to me, the standout players in the round were Rakeem Cornwall, who took 6 for 50 and 5 for 19 in taking 11 wickets for 69 runs in helping the Leeward Islands with that comeback victory against the Barbados Pride. Athanaze, who made 82 and 97, and fit. But the thing is, I'm very happy that Athanaze is being consistent. However, I am disappointed that he did not convert one of those scores into 3 figures. I'm also disappointed that Darren Bravo did not convert one of those scores into that 95 into 3 figures, especially Athanaze in the second innings and Bravo too. Both of them, the shot that they got out of after being in the 90s were poor and were loose, and they should not have gotten out. So appreciate the consistency of these players. I'm also disappointed that they never went on to make a 3-figure score. So instead of only having 3 centuries in the round, we may well have had 6 centuries in the round. But these 3 players, I think they're on the top of the mountain and are shouting their name very loud for West Indies selection. So 3 centuries, but the 3 outstanding players in the round, in my opinion, were Cornwall, Athanaze, and Darren Bravo. In other cricket news, New Zealand are 580 for 4. 580 for 4 declared. They bowled out Sri Lanka for 164 and enforcing the follow-on. Sri Lanka are now 113 for 2, still trailing by 303 runs. In that New Zealand innings, both Kane Williamson and Nicholls got double century. Just as Nicholls got his double century, New Zealand declared. And so South Africa, resuming yesterday and 26 for 2, were eventually bowled out for 164 after a good stand between the captain and Chamal, what's his name, Chamal, after a good stand just before lunch. So Sri Lanka collapsed after lunch and were bowled out for 164. In their second innings, they are now 113 for 2 to commence the day. In the other match, Australia demolished India by 10 wickets. Stark took 5 for 53 in bowling out India for 117, as only Kohli made 31. In reply, Marsh 66 and Ed 51 took Australia to victory without losing a wicket. Stark, who threatened to defend the 189 in the first ODI, when he rocked India and had them 34 for 4 in that first ODI, did not let up this time, and India was bowled out for 117. Australia chased it down very comfortably. Thank you all for tuning in. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. This recording was brought to you by Dream Parish Shoes. Walk in comfort and style with the latest trendy shoes. Click on the link in the video description for Dream Parish Shoes. Have a great day, everyone. Going now to a